Welcome back to another episode of To Be Quite Honest podcast, your go-to podcast for deep conversations around the world of real estate and more. My name is Norma. I remain your ever beautiful host. Sadly, my co-host can't be joining me today. He's a bit under the weather, but you'll see him next time. But anyways, with me, we have a very, very special guest. You know, all our guests are always very special. I'm going to let her introduce herself, but Olamide, I want to say a few things, but let me let you do the charm. So welcome to our podcast.
Thank you.
It's so nice to have you. So, give us a bit on what you do. Introduce yourself.
Okay, so I'll say my name is Olamide Odumade. I work with Mixta Real Estate. I'm the head of agency team for Mixta. So the agency team is the team in charge of managing all our agents. We are supposed to help them close out on all their transactions. So we help them, we send marketing materials, we take them to sites, we take their clients to sites and just ensure that they close out on all their transactions.
Oh, it's a nice thing for you to be here. Thank you for gracing us with your presence.
Thank you for having me.
Anyway, so today our topic of discussion is art of sales. Like you say, you're in charge of agents. So let's just dive right into it, right? So what would you say the difference between a real estate person and a salesperson for a development company is? What's the difference?
Okay, so I'll be talking from the angle of a real estate agent. Mm-hmm. So I would say a real estate agent is an approved person that is licensed to help or ensure that sales transaction is carried out for a particular company. While a salesperson is that person that works in that company. I can sell, went through the recruitment process, did the interview, passed, and is working specifically for that particular development company. So it's being paid salaries. While for real estate agents, they're not paid salaries, they just earn their commission.
So are real estate agents, are they the ones, do they necessarily have to have a company to be a real estate agent? Or it can be all those people that feel like I can sell, I talk well, I know how to communicate with people, I just know how to, close a deal. Can I take on being a real estate agent?
Okay, and I don't want to work for a party.
I don't want to be tied down
to a party.
Yeah.
Yes. So what we do in Mixta is we onboard everybody.
Yeah.
If you have a company, you're good at it, you've been doing it for a while, that's good.
What if I don't have a company?
If you also don't have a company, you just feel like I can sell. I think one thing I always focus on is, do you have the network? Bring on the network would help you sell. Would teach you what to do to sell.
That's lovely. That's lovely. That's lovely. Okay, so what would you say are the strategies that you guys, as a real estate, you're a salesperson, but you're in charge of the real estate agent as well? What would you say are the different strategies that you guys use to attract buyers, especially with the fact that, there's like economic challenges, change of behavior? So what would you say that are the strategies that one can use to attract buyers?
Okay, so one thing I always say is change is a constant thing in life.
Definitely.
And right now there's been a lot of things that
in the last 4 years, we'll say a lot of change have happened. So it's crazy. Yeah.
Saying that for our external agent, and I'm also a salesperson, so for myself, one thing that we've had to work with is digital marketing.
Definitely.
Pre-COVID, yes, we used to know about social media. We used to do a lot of things.
I don't think that it was as, yeah.
Now,
it's very...
One is actually a lot of people are on their phone.
Definitely.
So it's easy to market using that. So we focus a lot
on social media.
And I always tell all my agents, you have WhatsApp, you have Instagram, you have LinkedIn, post what you're selling right there. And you'll be surprised at the number of people that will reach out to you based on that.
I was actually going to say, do you believe your buyers on social media? But you've just...
Honestly, they are everywhere. Even my mom is on social media. So tell me, who is not on social media right now?
So is it just only social media you use?
Say no, there are lots of tools that we're using right now. And one thing I've also realized is a lot of people are trying to develop themselves.
Definitely.
Before now, you have people that will be like, no, I don't really know how to do videos, how to take pictures.
By force, by fire, no.
Right now, all I always tell my agents, you have to know how to, capture things.
Definitely.
So a lot of video marketing, you get agents that will go to site, do proper clean videos, and they send to their clients and sell through that.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have the virtual tours. Now there's no excuse of, you
can't go to site.
I'm not based in Nigeria, I'm not based in Lagos. I'll be in Lagos maybe in 4 months' time, so I can come. And no, there's no excuse.
Mm-hmm.
You can always use so many means, and to get your clients to see and then key into it. And one more thing to have, we also have 3D renditions, plans, floor plans, and all that we have in the company. So you send that to the client. The client will actually get the exact description of what he or she wants to buy.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it really easy for clients to buy, and it's actually helping us to close a lot of transactions.
Okay, so with all you said, right? So you said social media, email marketing, and then phone marketing, video marketing,
Rendition.
a lot of online presence, basically. Before we dive more into like sales and what you do, let's go a bit to you, since you're here representing real estate agents and salespeople around. So how did you know that you were a good salesperson?
So the first question is, am I a good salesperson?
I mean, you're the head of the department, so I'm pretty sure Mixta saw something in you to make you that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm a good salesperson.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned earlier on that you would eat what you kill.
Definitely.
So as a salesperson, you need to be able to communicate what you're trying to sell, the value you're trying to give your client, which is key to a salesperson. You need to be able to communicate whatever you want to sell. And for you to communicate well, it means you have to know what you're selling.
Definitely.
You tell me right now to talk about Lakowe Lakes Golf and Country Estate. Oh, man, how we go.
You'll sell us.
Because it's the first of its kind in the whole of West Africa.
I love it.
It has 14 lakes, Then I will tell you, and you have to be interested to come and buy.
Yeah.
So as a salesperson, you need to know your product, and then you need to be able to let your clients know that I'm actually giving you value. So you need to also be able to communicate it well to the client.
Okay.
And one thing, I know I'm trying to, not say everything, but one thing is also key to me, which is you need to be able to network. Everywhere you find yourself as a salesperson, you need to be able to say, hi, hello, introduce yourself, meet somebody. You don't know who would introduce you to the next.
Yeah.
So
that's lovely. That's lovely. Okay, so thank you for that, right? Exactly one of my reasons for saying you're the head of the department. So obviously Mixta didn't make a wrong decision, because just listening to you saying how Lakowe Lakes is one of its kind, I was so invested in everything you had to say. So basically you have to obviously put yourself, like, come forward. You have to drop fear. A lot of things happen with fear. Based on your agents, how did they navigate negotiation with the buyers so that both parties are satisfied? Because as an agent, I want to get my commission in full. And as a buyer, right? Okay, let me play both parties. I'm an agent, I want to get my commission in full. And as a buyer, I want discount. I know that I'm giving value for money, but at the same time, I want to be able to drop money, still see value, but still not be a loss. I want to also have something in my pocket. So how do agents navigate negotiation between the buyer and the developer so that both parties are satisfied? How do agents do that?
I would say that's one thing that agents always find it quite tough.
I can imagine.
Because you're trying, for agents, it's not all about my money, but I just want to earn commission. I've seen a car that I'm eyeing that I want to buy, and here is you, the buyer. You can afford it. I might as well just get the money from you and then go for my car. But one thing I always say, for you to have a repeat buyer and somebody that would refer clients to you, you always have to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Which means you have to communicate clearly what you're selling to the person. And at the same time, you communicate clearly with the developer.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I'm trying to say. Norma wants to buy a property in Lakowe Lakes.
Yeah.
Lakowe Lakes, which is Mixta, told me that this property will not be ready in, say, 9 months. But Norma wants the property today. And I'm an agent. I can collect the money from Norma.
Just sweet talk, normal.
For the next 3-4 months when the property will be ready.
Yeah.
But I would always advise that don't do that.
Yeah.
Because once you do it for the first time, yes, you've moved on. Norma will not come back. Norma will not refer me to our friends.
And referral is very good
Key.
when it comes to you guys' line of work, right?
Very key. So always ensure that, it takes a lot of skills, patience, and then it's not about the money all the time, which is one thing I always tell my agents. So make sure you communicate clearly and try to negotiate. One thing about negotiation is you should always try to make it a win-win situation for both parties.
Mm-hmm.
So in as much as you're trying to look for your own money, you should also consider the company. So make sure that one way or the other, you communicate clearly to the buyer, communicate clearly to the developer. Let everybody make their decision, or let both parties make their decision a proper, informed decision in whatever they're doing.
Okay, so I hear you, right? With when it comes to everybody getting a good deal. So basically, the buyer will get a good deal, the agent gets a good deal, and then obviously the developer will get a good deal.
Yeah.
So now, like for instance, I want to ask a question.
Okay.
I'll speak on behalf of the real estate agents now. I bring a client, like you said, you're in charge of that. I have a person that wants to buy. I come to meet you. This person wants to buy. I do it, close the deal. Then my customer becomes your developer's customer. For the fact that they are buying from that developer, they then go in the person's database. So they become the person's clients, consumer, exactly, like consumer goods. We have your database. So what is my guarantee as a real estate agent that when a new product comes out, right, I'm not, my client is not behind my back. Somebody goes behind my back, because, as a real estate agent, you want to know that the company, the developer you're working with have, apart from even getting your back, transparency, so that, like you said, it's the same way you want a buyer to be a repeat customer. I'm pretty sure for you guys that you're in charge of agents, you want agents to keep selling Mixta's product. So what is my guarantee as a real estate agent that one person will not go and talk to my clients?
I get this question a lot.
I can imagine. Because at the end of the day, it boils down to trust.
Yes, which is one thing we always say. Now, the way we tell our agents when we're onboarding them is your clients will not be poached.
Yeah.
But one thing I would say is for that not to happen, as a salesperson, you should never leave your client
unattended to, definitely.
So when you bring a client to us, honestly, we have the client's data. It's right there. We have the phone number, the email address.
Yeah.
We would always fetch out bill to our client.
Yeah.
For every payment, there's something we call acknowledgement of payments, which will be sent to the client with the agent in copy.
Yeah.
Now, if there's a new product, we expect that as the agent, we'll send it to you.
I did.
Because what we'd also do is once we introduce a new product, we get all our clients, all our agents on board, would, do like we'll do email blast. We have a WhatsApp group, would drop it in the WhatsApp group. And then we get everybody to come for a virtual meeting where we'll talk about the product.
Give you like breakdown. You guys are doing great.
So we also have a very strong online presence, meaning we would push it out online. Clients will see it and then they would reach out to us. What we would try to do is once a client sends an email, we'll filter it. If this is for an agent, would alert the agent that your client is interested in this. But honestly, I always advise all my agents, reach out to your clients by yourself.
Definitely.
You need to constantly manage that relationship. Sales is not a job that you just
go silent,
hands off.
Yeah.
You are constantly hands on, talking to your clients all the time, doing your email blasts, and you need to be family. It's not all about sales. It's not all about selling. You need to develop a relationship with your clients.
Yeah. So
we try not to push.
But sales sounds like a lot. You definitely always have to, basically your client facing. So I don't think you can have bad days, can you?
Honestly, there can be bad days, good days. But one thing I can tell you,
No, when I would say bad days for yourself, maybe you're not just in the mood to talk and the client's calling you. How do you handle that?
There would always be different issues, actually. Yeah, clients that maybe the payment is due. I can always give you so many examples. Payment is due, and I'm just calling you to say, hello, sir, how you doing? And the client is not just in a good mood that day. Honestly, just, just go, but it's okay. We'll always try to manage it.
And come back.
Downside. But the good part is I've had clients turn to family. I have some clients that I call, oh, uncle. We are blood now.
Yeah.
It's time from just being a client. Now I know they are family, wives.
So it's like that.
Their parties.
Yeah.
Everything is lovely being a salesperson.
And I can say, how long have you been selling?
Wow.
After all this days interview.
Honestly, I think you have.
No, but because you talk about it with so much joy. And for me, I feel like you find fulfillment in, when it comes to career-wise, you find fulfillment in having so much joy when you speak about what you do. I know, like, we all work in Mixta. I met you at Mixta. And since I have known you, you've had the same vibe. You've literally been so joyful about what you do, and it's just nice to see that even post-COVID you're still having that smile. Like, we're talking about it like you started the job a year ago, because some people down the line you might want to be something, and then down the line you see how stressful it can be, and then you're just, so how long have you been?
And I look at the money that I can earn being a sales.
So you say for you, it's the money that keeps driving you.
Honestly, it's not all about the money.
Definitely.
I think I like the fact that I get
you meet people, like so many
people are different.
I can.
So I love that about my job. I've been doing this for, I think, over 14 years.
14 years.
And I'm still going to continue. I'm not dropping it. I
know. Don't say she don't. Please don't drop it. We need people like you, Mixta, to keep welling the powerhouse that we have, which is managing our real estate agents. But before we close off, what advice would you give to real estate agents that are finding it difficult to close a sale, close a business deal, close just it? They're not able to bring in that sale. What advice would you give to them? Because I had a friend that was a sales. She was not a real estate agent. She was a salesperson. She was earning salary. But in as much as you're a salesperson earning salary, you still have to sell. You can't just be a salesperson adding to the company. How are you adding to the company? You have to sell. So she was very frustrated. She had to change units. She doesn't work with Mixta. She in a different company. She was very frustrated. She always complained about it, how it's not easy for her to sell, because sometimes, some people see it as disturbing the client. You go today, you talk to the person, they come back. You go again today. So what advice would you give to people that are really struggling? Real estate agents, salesperson, what advice would you give to them that are really struggling to close out on a deal?
I think the first thing I'll say is you're not alone. I've been there. I will still be there. In as much as, I'm a Christian, so I pray about it. There are times, but we all have our downtime. So when you are there, the first thing I always do as a salesperson is I go back to my database. I look at my strategy for that quarter, for that year, for half year, whatever I've written down that I will do. I go back to it. What have I done in the past that has worked? What am I doing presently that is not working? Then what can I improve on? But the first thing is you need to always go back to your database. Do your email blast if you have to. And then always, collaborate with your colleagues, with your partners, with whoever you can. Make sure you are talking to someone. Oh, this is not working. What can we do? This is what I'm doing. I'm doing telemarketing. I'm doing cold calling. I'm doing internet marketing. What are you doing? Rub minds with people. We like minds, just like we say, and there should be a change. I would also say that when you go back to your database, you have the people that you've sold to, you have the people you haven't sold to. Go back to the ones that you've sold to. And what you want to be doing this time around is to ask for referral. With my, years of experience, I've had clients that when I sell to them, when I sold to them, they're the ones that, go on the mountaintop to go and be shouting, oh, do you know about Lakowe? No, I'm going to give Lamide your number. Lamide would reach out to you and tell you about Lakowe. I've also had clients that don't want their friends to know about it at all. And I would have to be the one to be begging, okay, just give me the number.
No, say you know, I don't know your name.
Mention the name at all. Just give me. So all I'm saying is when you go back to the clients that you've sold to, you want to go back to ask for referrals. Yes, you've given me in the past, but now I need more. And honestly, they would also have met new people that they might have forgotten about you. So never let go of your database. That's very important. And then you now need to expand your funnel. We always say that in sales, it's like a funnel. Populate the funnel, every time. Keep populating. Now, it might, come down and everything starts reducing, and it's a tiny number that will slip through the funnel to end up in sales. But, always keep populating. And that leads me to, networking. As a salesperson, you can't do without
networking.
You can't do without meeting people. I've met people that will be like, I'm a salesperson, but I'm an introvert. I just want to be in my space. I just don't want to talk to anybody. But maybe, even if it's just for the job, you get to that particular location just for the job.
Well, sometimes some clients are too chitty-chatty. You always say it's for the job. I present the data to you. I present everything. You see, you ask me, how am I?
You just don't want to slow. Okay, yeah. Just think that, okay, this is for the job. So just flow a little bit. You can get back to your closet and you're quiet. I don't want to talk to anybody. But as a salesperson, just
if you've decided to go down that path,
you need to learn how to talk. Just meet people. That's all it is. Just meet people. You just meet one person that would.
So basically, the advice you give them is network is very important. Always check back to your database. You never know who can buy or who can refer you to someone that may buy. Whose network has also changed. So basically, those are the two main ones, networking and checking your database. This was a very insightful conversation. I believe that real estate agents have gained a few insights here and there. Would you want to maybe give a call out to anybody that wants to come and sell for us? This is a platform that can be used.
Absolutely. So I would just like to say that sales and selling is an interesting thing.
Especially when they are selling for Mixta Africa.
Mixta is very important. Just in case you don't know Mixta, Mixta is the developer of Lakowe Lakes, Golf and Countries.
Sell it.
Actually, we have 1,560 hectares of land down Lekki Ekwe Expressway.
I love it.
And we have different estates from the affordable to the premium. Wherever your client wants to fit into,
we've got something for you. Of course.
And we also have bulk land that your developers can buy from. So all I just need is, I know someone might be thinking, but I don't know how to sell.
That's why you're here.
How to sell, but you have the network.
I know.
You have people, you have uncles and friends that have money.
And Mixta is a reputable company.
We would always train you, teach you what to do. And we also go the extra mile, which is that we after training you, we would also help you speak to your client, take your clients to sites and close the deal. So along the line, you're also learning. And one thing I've realized is most of my agents, by the time I'm doing all that for them, they're also like, no, I want to do it by myself. So we would do it for you. You would love the job, and then you will get into the flow.
Thank you so much for that, Lamide. So this is a call to anybody that believes that they can be a real estate agent. We have people on board that would teach you, that would take you, just help you close this deal. And I always tell my friends, there's always a salesperson in everybody. We've not just reached out to it yet. So we help you reach out to it. We will teach you to get there. Okay. So thank you, Olamide, for coming. We loved having you. We loved having you. And then, like she said, if you, please reach out to us via our DMs. We're always happy to have you. Always happy to have you. On that note, we'll see you guys next time. And like I said, my name is Norma, your ever beautiful host. Catch you on the next episode. Bye, guys.